Hi, everybody, and welcome to this webinar. My name is Max Sadlowski, and I'm the CEO of BentoSMB. We're going to start talking today about adding e-commerce to increase your client sales. This is a member webinar through Communo as well, and we've put this on to show you a little bit about e-commerce, talk a little bit about one of the platforms that we recommend, and go through a bunch of different things related to e-commerce. So like I said, my name is Max Sadlowski. I'm the CEO of BentoSMB Inc. We are in Kingston, Ontario, Canada. We are Shopify experts. We have a great deal of information about point of sale as well for in-person clients, not just things online. We're a proud Communo member, and I'm an entrepreneur. The Bento team is made up of 5 people here in Kingston. We are a group that focuses on strategy. We do e-commerce, development, design, content, social media. One of the most important things is that we really are focused on small and medium businesses. Our main focus is really small business. Many companies start to get better and better over time, and they start to take on bigger and bigger clients. We've set ourselves up to stay focused on small, medium businesses and actively turn away kind of larger businesses or look for partners to pass those off to if given the opportunity. So today what we're going to talk about are kind of 5 main areas. We're going to talk about e-commerce 101, just give you a quick kind of run through of some of the things related to e-commerce. We're going to talk about Shopify and Shopify point of sale. We're going to then talk about a better bottom line for you and your clients, and how we want to leverage Communo and how the folks that are on the call can actually help us and making this a really great platform for small business. So I think that the first question that we often get by a lot of people or a lot of Communo members is, why even bother with e-commerce? Why should we bother with it? What is it? Is there something that's great about it? Why? So looking at the figures, this is why. We're looking at 67% of millennials and 56% of Gen Xers prefer to shop online than in store. That's a huge amount of people. 30% of the US shops weekly online. Seniors spending 2.5 hours per week shopping online. These are big numbers that really promote using e-commerce with your business. One of the most startling facts there is that about 1 in 5 people have bought something online while in the bathroom. So, it's really used anywhere. It's very much moving towards mobile, and a lot of people use it from various different levels. I'll go back one slide actually for a second. The other interesting piece here was just that seniors spend 2.5 hours per week. So it's not just millennials, it's not just Gen Xers. It's really everybody is using e-commerce. So a quick quote here from Bob Willett, who was the past president of Best Buy International. The sooner we drop the E out of e-commerce and just call it commerce, the better. I think this is a really good point and something clearly that shows that e-commerce is a powerful tool and really deserves our attention when it comes to working with businesses. A lot of businesses are moving towards it because in-person sales are slowing down, as well as just that's where the trend is going. So a little kind of backing to e-commerce here. So there's lots of people that are using it. There's really too many of them to name. We're going to take a look at a few of them in a little bit. There's a lot of different solutions out there. There's lots of different types of businesses that use different types of e-commerce solutions. Not every single person is going to be able to use a particular type of solution. It's really easy to get started in e-commerce, but it's really difficult to be successful. It's not just for people who sell products either. It's really great for service-based businesses as well. One of the key points here is users of e-commerce are all ages, genders, walks of life. It's not just millennials that are using it. It's not just sub 40-year-olds people that are using it. There's people all ages, all genders, everywhere in the world using e-commerce. The same thing goes for business owners. You have sole proprietors all the way up to Fortune 500 companies that are creating e-commerce applications. Not all of them are going to be using the same system. Some of them are going to be developing some from the ground up. Walmart is not a Shopify client. There's lots of options for everyone out there. It's also completely optimized for mobile now. Probably, I would say 70%, if not more, of e-commerce is done on mobile devices, not as much from desktop or laptop computers anymore. It's also deeply embedded in social media. We're seeing, Instagram is using their ads to purchase items directly from within Instagram. It's really deeply integrated with social media and social media advertising. It's driven almost entirely by analytical decisions and tracking. Nobody's sitting down and saying, I feel like this is the right way to go with e-commerce, or this is the right decision to make in terms of developing ads for their e-commerce store. It's almost always entirely analytical, so tracking, making use of data to actually determine what's going to work for a client. And it's not just about selling your stuff either. There's lots of people that can sell their stuff online. You and I can all sit down and start selling our stuff online. It's about an experience and a brand, and how that experience relates to that person that's buying that particular product. So often people ask us, what solution should we use? If we want to get into the e-commerce market, where should we go? What should we do? And that's a really difficult question to answer just from that question. So Magento, Shopify, BigCommerce, WooCommerce, Weebly, Wix, Squarespace, OpenCart, these are just a few of the examples of different types of e-commerce that are available to the small and medium business market. Some of them are open source, some of them are paid, some of them interact with websites that you might have already purchased or built. Some of them are just APIs that allow you to extend functionality in a particular website. All of these are great solutions for different reasons. 9 times out of 10, though, we are always recommending Shopify. So the main reason why we look to use Shopify is because we keep coming back to it, mainly because it's really aimed towards the clientele that we like to work with, which is the small and medium business. Their tagline, Shopify powers ambitious entrepreneurs all over the world, is awesome. It's really clear, it's really concise, and it really drives the point home for a lot of small businesses. Shopify is also searched twice as often as e-commerce is in the small medium world. So a lot of owners of businesses already know this platform. There are already over 500,000 businesses are powered by Shopify with 1 million active users and over $40 billion sold. So they know a thing or two about Shopify or about e-commerce already. And you can see, in the background there that there's Shopify stores all over the world. With that said, Shopify was built originally as a software for a snowboard store. It's grown exponentially over the last 15 years, and it has a lot of room to grow still. It's searched twice as often as e-commerce on Google, meaning they've really developed a name synonymous to their industry. So a good example of that is Kleenex. You don't call it nasal tissue. It's Kleenex. Everybody refers to it as Kleenex, even though that's a name brand. The platform is really easy to use. It's intuitive. It's really sharply dressed. I'm going to show you some screenshots in a minute. It's built beside an ecosystem of apps, partners, and experts to extend functionality and customizations. So it's really easy to add different things in for each client. Support is awesome. It's always available, 24/7 system of gurus with extensive self-help and forums for complex questions as well. Those are regularly kind of trolled by partners and experts that like to answer questions as well. Starting at $29 a month, it's also super affordable for any small business. Includes all the features you need right out of the gate. There's no kind of paywalls everywhere. And it's also just an amazing tech story from right here in Canada. That's really quite an achievement for a Canadian company so far. So here's the back end of Shopify. I'm just going to go quickly through a few kind of pieces just to give you a bit of a familiarity with the interface. Shopify, when you log into the admin area, this is what you're going to see, a little navigation on the left-hand side, some information on the right-hand side about your sales that day, and some cards that fulfill different things that are going on in your particular store. You'll see orders is highlighted there for me because I have one order that's come in. So I'm going to go over to that and take a look. The order page, again, very sharply dressed, very easy to find that information. We have customer information, the order contact, the shipping address, the billing address, where that conversion came from, what I need to put in there, how to mark it as paid, all those different things. Shopify also has a built-in inventory control system. So you can see here that we have multiple products. We can set what our quantity is in stock. And as we sell it through both e-commerce online as well as in store through our point of sale system, they both use the same system. This is included in the $29 plan. This is like a no-brainer for any business that has more than maybe 50 SKUs of products to really start to leverage this and see a lot of benefit from using a system like this. Additionally, Shopify takes care of shipping really, really well. Built into the system is a integration with Canada Post. You can also set it up with UPS, FedEx, all the other major carriers. And what that allows you to do is create shipping labels and fulfill the items directly in here. You literally can create a shipping label, print it off on a 4x6 sticky piece of paper and stick it on a box, and you're done. You build through Shopify for it. Shopify actually gives you a discount, and depending on your plan, you can get a better discount on your shipping labels. And one of the coolest parts is that once you print that shipping label, Shopify already knows the tracking number. It sends it off to your client automatically. And as they get direct feeds from Canada Post or the other shipping companies, they'll send emails out to your customer letting you know that their item is out for delivery or on its way. So that can be really powerful and continue that brand experience for people as they've shopped on your store. So switching gears to the iPad and the iPhone or Android devices, you'll see that there's a point of sale system here. So this is used inside of a store. You can choose the items that you want. You can see here I'm purchasing 2 Maple lamps, 2 Maple keyboards, and a monitor stand, and I can charge that directly. On the iPhone side of things, you can see all that information. You can create orders, things like that as well. Really great for trade shows and conferences. You can see once I say charge, I have the option of credit, debit, external debit, cash. You can get a card reader directly for your phone or for your tablet and swipe and charge cards directly there, or use external systems as well. And so with that, Shopify also has kind of a bunch of integrations with different point of sale hardware pieces. So there's a cash drawer, there's stands, there's thermal printers, there's even mobile scanners for barcodes if you have a lot of SKUs or need a lot of products scanned in. It usually always works off of an iPad. So all in all, you can get solutions that are about $500 to $1,500 for a single point of sale device. And that's about a fifth of what it would cost going to some other vendor. So it's a really economical solution that really allows people to get on board with this stuff really, really quickly. They just released one that's actually a stand, a printer, and a cash drawer all in one. It's got the footprint of a 13-inch laptop, so it's really small. And it's really easy to take with you to a conference or a trade show or something like that. So with that said, how can this help my clients? What is it that I'm trying to do? What is it trying to achieve for my clients? Where do I see benefits to them? So one of the things to remember is that every mistake a user makes is not because they're stupid, but it's because your website sucks. It's really kind of breaks down to that. You want to make it really easy for people to purchase stuff on your website. Shopify does a really great job of that. It also takes care of a lot of other problems that you might have on your website where they may be making mistakes. So building a better bottom line for your clients starts with helping them develop a faster, friendlier, and better supported website. Connecting to new selling platforms such as Instagram is huge. Lots of people are now when you click on an Instagram ad, you could actually see the individual products in that picture and click and link directly to the website for that particular product. You can also help expand their market. Why not sell and ship statewide or province-wide or countrywide or globally? You can also reduce costs. Like I said, anybody that has a store that isn't currently doing inventory management of any kind can save a lot of time, a lot of errors, and a lot of inaccuracy just by getting Shopify and using their inventory system that's built right in. It also allows you to develop better conferences, shows, and markets and really showcase that you're a professional business. When you show up with a really nifty, high-tech system to a trade show that works really, really well and is integrated with your website, it's a really trustworthy thing for somebody doing business with you. So at the same time, I want to make sure it's clear to people that not every store succeeds. We really want to make that very clear. Just like not every business succeeds, not every e-commerce business is going to succeed either. Hard work won't do it on its own. You really need to be doing smart work. It's really critical to success. Marketing, great graphics, paid advertisements, smooth operations, all of those things are required for success in this kind of industry. So what does that really mean? What it really means is, what are we looking for in Communal members, and what are our clients looking for from us? So you can't just open a website and expect people to flood in. If you really want to succeed, you have to create traffic. I really like this quote because it really is an issue that a lot of Shopify and e-commerce people and small businesses have, is they don't understand that you can't just set up a website or set up an e-commerce store and not do anything else. It won't work. You won't have anybody there. You got to create traffic. And even more than that, you have to create a brand entity, an experience that they're going to remember. So what our clients are looking for and what we're looking for out of the Communal group are help with all of these things: advertising, social media help, Facebook, all those different things. And this isn't just for our clients, but this is for any client that's looking for an e-commerce solution. They're going to need all of these things in order to be successful. Some of them can do these things themselves, but they can't do all of them. So advertising, social media, Facebook ads, those kind of things are really critical. Building a brand and delivering an experience and not just a product is also really critical. Shopify takes care of a bunch of those things, but using those properly is really important. Setting up efficient processes through automation is really important as well. Graphic designs that don't suck is another big one. So many websites are just on the basic templates that are included with Shopify. And yeah, they'll get the job done, but those aren't going to be the successful sites. Quality photography to showcase the product and the service that you offer is huge. So many terrible photos on e-commerce sites, and people don't realize that's the number one reason why people won't buy your product. It's got to look good on their screen. Analytics and data collection, turning data into meaningful insights. It's pretty easy to install Google Analytics and put your Facebook pixel in there, but turning that data into meaningful insights and actually getting people to understand what that is and make decisions based on it is a skill that most small business owners don't have. And then it goes into staff training, both on-site and from a distance, and the configuration of hardware and stores and at conferences. It's stuff that as much as we may take it for granted that a lot of us are highly technical and able to do a lot of this stuff, there's lots of people that aren't and do need that training, as well as that configuration of hardware directly in their stores and that setup. So all of these things are things that we are looking for, that our clients are looking for, and anybody that's in the e-commerce space is going to be looking for. So obviously, Communal is a great place to be for that kind of work, and we're reaching out to a lot of different partners in Communal to see if we can form partnerships to make it work for us. Summing things up a bit, people love using e-commerce. More people are using it every day. It is the future. The future is now, however you want to say it. Small, medium businesses aren't really doing a great job of jumping aboard the e-commerce train. And there's lots of reasons for that. But what it comes down to is there's lots of competition, but at the same time, it's a huge market. There's lots of niches that are untapped or very poorly tapped. So there's lots of room for people in the small medium business area to do very well online. Support from experts is critical to success. Like I said, Communio is our go-to for talent and is going to remain doing that. Um, Shopify is one of the best choices right now. If we found a better solution and we were ready to implement that somewhere else, we would switch that and recommend that moving forward. By no means are we attached to Shopify, but we just feel that that's the best solution for small, medium businesses right now, and showcases some of the best uses of e-commerce in the small, medium business area. And then on top of all that, we're actively looking for people to work with on the Shopify point of sale stuff as well as Shopify. But we really want to expand our reach on the point of sale piece because we really feel that it's a budget minded product that really makes it awesome for a lot of small, medium businesses. So we're looking to help implement that, get it set up, train people all over the world. So keep us in mind if that's something that comes up for you. So with all that said, thanks for your time. I really hope that you enjoyed this webinar. If you do have any questions, feel free to follow up with me. My name is Max Sadlowski. You can reach me at max@bentosmb.com or on the various social media networks at BentoSMB. Feel free to get in touch. I look forward to speaking with a lot of you over the next little bit, and hopefully out to Calgary and to Vancouver shortly to meet a lot of you in person. All right, have a great day, everybody. Thanks.